This is the enclosure that had two caterpillars that died. One of them I was thinking was possible NPV or a bacterial disease. I upgraded them to a bigger enclosure yesterday, I think, and that way, you know, give them some more room, because a lot of them are 5th instars now. We still have a couple of small ones in here. I'm not sure why, if they were eggs that got put in here on plants that I was feeding them, or what. That's what I'm thinking for that one up there. We do have a caterpillar at the top of the enclosure, about to be making its silk button. We have one over here on the lid to the old enclosure, and I had to pin the lid to the side because there were some caterpillars that were preparing to molt, and this guy just finished molting, and he's turned around and he's probably going to be eating his old skin, which is right above him right now. We have another 5th instar up here that's going to be looking for a place to make its silk button. Other than that, we have a lot of caterpillars that are eating. We have a lot of 5th instars. This guy here is fairly small compared to some of them in here, but it is a 5th instar. It's a fresh 5th instar, so it just molted today. It still has 2 more days of eating and growing before it gets as big as that guy and as big as this guy up here. Let me see if I can show you the difference in size. So he still has quite a bit of eating and growing to do in those 2 days. So I did just clean out this enclosure. I know there's poop on the floor of it already, but that's because sometimes there's poop in the leaves, and when I transfer the stems and stuff from the enclosure onto the new paper towels, it just gets on there. Plus they're eating and pooping all the time, so even when you take all of the poop out, you're still gonna already have fresh poop back in there. It's just how it all works. So I am going to give these guys some fresh food, and they seem to be doing fine. There weren't any new deaths or sicknesses in here yesterday, and there's not any today, so that's a promising sign. I am washing my hands between cleaning and feeding each enclosure. Sorry, I just see some sort of an inchworm here that I was gonna try to get, but it is crawling away from me. Come here, buddy. He says no. Well, I'll have to entice him with a milkweed leaf, and maybe I can get it out of the enclosure. I don't think it'll do any harm to the caterpillars, but I just don't want any other insects besides the caterpillars in here. Oh yeah, so anyway, I'm washing my hands in between every single enclosure, which is getting kind of ridiculous because the skin on my hands is so bad already, and my fingers are just like breaking open and bleeding. I had to super glue some of my fingers last night because they were splitting open. I had to super glue the corner of this index finger last night. I had to super glue my thumb last night. And my skin is so dry from all this hand washing that I actually cut my finger open with my own fingernail at dinner time. Just, see it right there, just trying to pick up a napkin. My fingernail just hit the side just like that and cut my finger right open. So you can see my hands are really red. That's from psoriatic arthritis that I suffer with. So my fingertips are all swollen, and it affects my fingers, my hands, my feet, my toes. So all this hand washing is not good for my skin, but it is necessary for the health of the caterpillars.